Welcome back to MeSurf TV. Today I'm joined by a world-leading shark expert, Ian Gordon. Now, mate, can you give us a quick little update? What's going on in the world of shark research?
Oh, well, we're finding out a lot more about sharks, as we always are. The really exciting thing about shark research over the last 5 or 6 years has been satellite technology. And we're being able to put tags on sharks, and then those tags either interface with a satellite when they come close to the surface, or something called pop-off tags, where we program the tag to pop off the shark 6 months later. And over that 6-month period, it's collecting a whole pile of data. Then it floats off the shark to the surface and then downloads a whole pile of information to satellite and then back to the scientists.
There's still a lot of talk that shark numbers are on the increase. There's more shark attacks now than ever.
Yeah.
It's becoming a problem with, all these endangered species. They're actually not endangered anymore. They're, they're overpopulating the ocean.
Bad press, basically. Yeah. Shark numbers are reducing globally. In some oceans, dramatically.
Yep.
And certainly in mid-ocean. There was a study a few years came out. It has been disputed once or twice, the exact numbers, but that study recommended that numbers of oceanic sharks and oceanic tunas have dropped by 80% in the last 80 years. Most scientists who work in the field constantly tend to think that that number is maybe a little bit enthusiastic.
Right.
And sharks, lately, it's taken a long time for people to think of them this way, but they're becoming the whales of, the set of people who want to protect animals. People are all of a sudden starting to realise that these top order predators maintain the health of the ocean, and as a result, we need to really protect them. They're the top of the food chain, and if you take the top out of that food chain, the whole food chain through the whole ocean falls down.
Now that's a rush!
Sharks are potentially dangerous animals, but what you've got to remember is there's over 400 different species of sharks.
Yep.
And maybe a dozen of them are potentially dangerous. But the sharks we as surfers come across are normally the ones that can give a bit of a bite. Even though shark numbers are depleting quite rapidly, people are going to get bitten. We've just got to accept that we're in their territory and they deserve to be there.
For sure. And mate, what are your thoughts on shark shields? You're a pretty good sort of spokesman for them, I guess. Like, I've seen a little bit of footage of you talking about them, like on the gas tanks. But what do you think about them? A, as they work, but B, being used on the back of a surfboard? In
most circumstances, these electric shark barriers do work. The problem with surfing has been that they require a relatively large unit to go onto the back of the board, and thankfully over the previous years it's become more and more miniaturised.
Yep.
But what you didn't see in the photo was he only went a
couple of
foot away and then just kept circling.
Mate, right.
And then he came back again over and over again. It was a great indication of how intelligent these animals are. Everybody thinks that sharks are really stupid and brain the size of a pea. This shark, and I've seen it so many times, but it was really well documented in this case, he was trying different prey strategies and changing them constantly as one didn't work.
Shark nets, and how effective are they? They tend to collect a lot of other living animals as opposed to the sharks.
They're walls of death. Shark mesh nets are only about 100 to 150 metres long.
Right.
So they don't cover the entire beach. What they do is they place the shark mesh net either at the exit diagonally or the entrance diagonally, or across the middle of the beach. They sort of move them around, but the idea is that if a shark comes in, patrols along the edge of a beach, the net's going to catch it on the way out or on the way in. The idea is that if you catch and kill a shark, they have very high levels of vitamin A in their liver, and that vitamin A creates a very rancid smell and taste in the water. So the idea is that if there's a dead shark hanging in a net and it's rotting, so to speak, it will actually repel other sharks from the area.
Like almost like its own deterrent.
Almost like its own deterrent.
It's amazing how cool, calm and collected you can appear on the outside when your stomach's tying itself in knots on the inside. But keeping calm is the key to surviving an encounter like this. Relax and show absolutely no fear, even when you know what the animal is capable of.
Is there one colour that's more prone to attacks than another? And the colour that came up was actual yellow.
Yum yellow. Some of the more highly developed sharks, like white sharks, do have a form of colour vision. They are colour perceptive, and as a result, they can tell various shades.
Do you think that's why wetsuits have gone from the bright colours of the 80s back to dark again?
No, I think it's more a fashion thing.
Maybe if we go back through the logs, we'll find that there were more attacks back then, maybe.
I don't think so.
Now, if an 18-foot white pointer went up against head-to-head with an 18-foot saltwater crocodile, it's a battle to the death. Who's got your vote and why?
I'd still go for the white shark. Because the crocodile still has to go to the surface to take a breath occasionally. White sharks are warm-bodied animals. They have more red muscle tissue, they're more explosive, and it also means that they can heat their eyes and their brain. So they are more thinking shark, they can develop more thought, more prey strategies, and they can see better. If I were exactly the same size, I'd go for the white shark.
Right. Mate, thank you very much for coming on the show.
No worries.
Really appreciate your time, man. And
you better get me another beer.
We'll get you more beer, perfect.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing, I think.
Change is always difficult.